I would like to discuss our vote for construction. I know that we've been talking about it for a long time. We've had our town hall. And I would like to bring this to a vote this summer. So what I'm asking the board to tell me is, would you like to vote on it in July or in August? So I'm go around and get people's feeling as to when they would like to vote on that. So, Director Bertoni, would you like to start?
I didn't realize this question was going to come up this evening. My gut reaction is we keep saying to ourselves that we've talked about this forever, when in reality, I recall a meeting back in January. We talked about it. We said we were going to have town hall meetings. We said we were going to educate the public as to what our options were. We were going to send out postcards to our taxpayers, and we were going to have numerous town hall meetings, if I recall was the verbiage. And none of that has happened. We waited until last month to finally have a town hall meeting, and I'm still concerned that our public does not know what our intentions are, and that is not how the district has done this in the past. We've costed out all the options. We've looked at, we've informed the taxpayers in the annual reports, and the Downingtown delivers, and all of those different ways that we used to communicate. So whether it's July or August or September, I need more information to make a vote, and I would rather we talk to our new superintendent when he begins in July and review what information some of us are still looking for. And then once we have all the information, we can determine when we're going to vote. But I think it's premature to say, are we going to vote in July or August?
So you do not have an opinion on July or August? You don't have, okay.
I don't necessarily agree with either date until we have the information, the tax increases. We have settlement on our potential land sales, so we know what our funds actually are before we can make this decision.
Director Gerthy.
I would say I am ready to vote, but before we do that, I do agree that that the public doesn't have all the information that we've been collecting individually via emails and in exec sessions, or sometimes just asking township officials, and it's so I just feel like we need to provide, like how we did the video, how Mrs. Sheely did the video. If we could come up with a video or a document or a post or an email, something to really lay out the costs involved in the various options, whether it's going to be building a new 5th, 6th grade center, or if it's going to be expanding elementary schools. Now, and then also, what happens if all you're doing is expanding 4 elementary schools? Then what are the cons of it? And I think people are very worried about the money bit, as I am. And I feel like if we could lay it out very clearly where the money is going to come for the construction, what are the recurring expenses, both to do with operating expenses and personnel expenses, once the buildings are up and running, should we build the 5th, 6th grade center? Then what kind of tax increases are we looking at? Where is the money going to come from? I just feel like if we can give them bullet point, or like a flow chart of 2 options, like, okay, 5th, 6th grade centers this side, and then 4 elementary school expansions on the other side. I just feel like if we could give a concise presentation or like a document, so people can look over it to get all the information and maybe field any questions. Like I'm not sure the town hall is very productive. That's my personal opinion, having attended one. I feel like questions are better fielded via email, because then, you can actually write it you can have like a ready reckoner with question answers, and then present it to the public at one go. Because I just feel like no matter how many town hall meetings we're going to have, everybody's not going to be able to make it, and everybody's not going to come with specific questions. Like, it's very emotional is what I felt from the last town hall meeting. It was mostly from people who live around Bradford Heights, who said, we don't want the school in the spot or whatnot. But what I really wanted to hear was like, I don't want a 5th, 6th grade center, or I want to know what's preventing us from building and expanding on certain elementary schools. And I heard very few people said, we don't want full day kindergarten. Honestly, see, neither do I. As a parent, I don't. But then as a district, that's the motivating factor for people moving into buying a house. Like, before you buy any house, the first thing you're looking at is, how's the school district? What's the crime rate? Those are the top two. Everything else comes later. So we can't shy away from putting money in the district. So I'm not trying to, be a Scrooge and say, oh, we shouldn't be spending this and that. I just feel like we need more clarity on where the money is coming from and what kind of expenses are we looking at with either options in the long term.
Thank you. And so do you have any input on whether you would like to vote in July or August?
Yeah, personally, I'm ready to vote in July.
Okay. Vice President Graham.
I understand that we have not cost out the expansive remodels of the elementary schools. We have not looked at potentially an addition onto West Bradford. I think what the community needs to know is that every time we ask for numbers, it costs us money. So I would like to vote on the 5th, 6th grade center, which has been recommended to us by multiple administrations and has been priced out. And we can debate that, and I would like to vote on that in July.
Thank you. Director Ross.
Try to keep it short and sweet. I would like to vote in July, as long as the redistricting is not the piece that we're voting on. I'm not.
No, I think that wouldn't.
I just wanted to make sure it stated that. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I'm ready to vote in July.
Okay. Thank you. Director Houghton.
I'm concerned that if we put it off too long, that we're going to lose yet another year. I feel like, we've been slowed down. We've started on this path and we keep getting slowed down. And so I would like to vote in July to make sure that we can have a vote and possibly move forward.
Director Miller.
Thank you, President Wisdom. I would like to consult Dr. O'Donnell in July, and I'd be ready to vote in August.
Director Blust.
I'm concerned with families now that school is over checking out for summer. And I feel like we're going to get a lot of comments saying, we've done this over the summer when parents they're on vacation and they're taking a well-deserved break. So I would prefer either August or September. And also, we still don't have costs totally figured out. We've asked about that before. I've asked about how much it was going to cost a taxpayer on a $500,000 house, and I haven't gotten that. So I feel like I'm being asked to sign a blank check. So I would rather August or September.
Okay, thank you. One of the reasons that I did want to talk about this right now is because we were saying to people, this is coming, it's going to be June, it's going to be July, it's going to be July, it's going to be August. And because we don't have a committee of the whole in July, I didn't want people to be unaware of this. Therefore, it looks like July is what most people want here. So this gives people a month, basically, rather than a week, which is what we would have given for like here, committee of the
How
whole.
does the
and then-
district gather the information and then disseminate it if we don't have a committee of the whole meeting?
Well, actually, it feels like the past 5 years kind of has been a committee of the whole. Like, I feel ready. So I guess I'll put myself down here. I do feel ready to vote, and it looks like the majority of our board is ready to vote on this, so we can expect to see this on our July agenda. So I appreciate the input, but I really do believe it's time to move forward.
And I would just like to respectfully disagree. Again, I've been involved with many building projects in this district. I've been on the board for 15 years. Never have I ever seen this done before. And you talk about costing money for cost outs. Some of the basic cost outs, we have a finance department that can do. And we don't even have accurate numbers at this point for 5-6 center because it hasn't been decided where it's going to build. The operating cost, the building itself, with everything going on in the economy right now, is off the charts. No one can guess what it's going to cost, and I think it's premature to be voting in July. I am absolutely opposed to a vote in July. I understand the majority rules. However, I think the community is going to be very surprised.
I don't know how anybody could be surprised by that, but if you're not paying attention, you would be surprised. But I think people who've been following
How
this
do
would not
people
be
in
surprised.
my residents that don't have children in the school had no idea we were talking about this. It's been in an article in the Daily Local News for them, and that's it. And if you don't get the Daily Local News, you are not aware of what's going on. So I respectfully disagree. We've done newsletters in the past that are mailed to everyone's house, and maybe the younger generation doesn't read them, but the older generation does.
So, Secretary Warhay, do we have any comments on the second